Hello everybody and welcome to Civ House. I'm Rob, and today we have some news that I don't think we were expecting. At least I was not expecting this. They are giving us some pretty big, I think, settlement UI updates to this game, and I'm hoping that these will be really big. I've barely read through this at all. I wanted to kind of talk through and walk through this with you guys as we like to do. I thought this was going to be a pretty big week. I really anticipated that this was going to be the roadmap day, but now I'm thinking it might be next week. I'm starting to waver on that one. We'll see. I really thought that we were going to get that roadmap here soon, but it does not look like that is going to be the case, at least for today. Either way, I'm excited to get into this. Before we do so, make sure you guys like and subscribe so you'll miss out on any of the great Civilization 7 content we have coming out here at Civ House. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, this is a long one. Estimated read time is 14 minutes. So I'm going to try to get through this the best I can. I'm going to make comments as we go through it. So buckle up. Here we go. Hello, Civ fans. Tom Shaw, lead producer at Firaxis Games. Back again with another deep dive into some upcoming UI UX improvements. In update 1.2.2, we brought you the new and improved loading screen, which has been nice. I do like it. With a more solid technical foundation in place, we're now ready to focus on gameplay and deliver more impactful UI improvements. Today, we're going to give you a look at give you an early look, interesting, at some changes to help with expanding and growing your empire. I'm going to start off right away with more solid technical foundation in place. I don't really know what that means. Just in terms of, are they claiming that they released the game without a good technical foundation, or is it just that the changes that they have made have now allowed for these changes to be made, and they weren't really anticipating having to make all these changes? I'm really interested. It's starting to feel more and more that. And I know that a lot of you have been saying this, and I agree with you, but it's even getting deeper into the fact that I think 2K made them push this out much, much before that they were actually ready for it. So, yeah, we've already talked about being early access. This feels very much like an early access statement there, but we will move on. Let's continue on here. Specifically, we're highlighting changes to improve your experience at these decision points. What should I build? That's good. Where do I place constructibles? Also good. Should I go for an improvement or a specialist? 3. Good things. Okay. Choices like these are critical to the long-term success of your campaign, so having access to the information you need when making these decisions is paramount. Without this, it can be all too easy to fall into states of analysis, paralysis, or even worse, indifference. Our goal is for you to always feel informed and empowered in these moments, and we recognize there's plenty of room for improvement in reaching that. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. So without further ado, here's a sneak peek on what we've been working on and why. Okay, so when is this going to come out? Let's see. Okay, so they are going to let us know when it's coming out. All right, we'll continue on. The production menu. What should I build? The settlement production menu is arguably one of, if not the most important UI elements in a Civ game. Couldn't agree more. The choices made here are fundamental to building your empire's engine, pursuing game campaign specific goals. Wow. Words today. Tough as always. And ultimately dominating your enemies. Our current version displays a predictive yield presentation on building wonders and unique improvements intended to help players make these decisions. Unfortunately, we've learned that the presentation of these yields is often confusing for players, as it doesn't present all the data needed to make an informed decision. That's why we've had mods, but I guess they're going to make those mods irrelevant-ish. These yields can also contribute to a lack of engagement with critical decision points by encouraging the player to simply choose the bigger number. The biggest number, yes, that is absolutely how I think a lot of people have played. Making this moment feel like an idle clicker, more like an idle clicker than grand strategy. I admit I've been guilty of this myself. Okay, so this is the lead designer, right? Lead producer, and he has felt this way as well. You learn more things as you play a game, so there you go. The main problem with this presentation and what we're addressing with this update is that yields are acting as a recommender without actually being one. The yields are presented, or the yields presented are supposed to show the highest possible yield currently available. This sounds great in theory, but remember earlier when I said they might not have all the data you need. This is due to the sheer depth of the game. That's fair. There are so many factors that can modify the yield output of a given tile. These modifiers can come from many sources like your leader ability, social policies, and building adjacencies. These can be modified further with leader attributes and wonders. Additionally, specialists create their own issue when they're usually modifying these yields for some, but not all, of the building options in the menu. This creates a data management headache of needing to access and communicate to the player everything, everywhere, all at once. Haha. Which is an outstanding movie, but a terrible approach to making responsive data calls. Ultimately, the potential yields are being overly emphasized in this context, given their value and accuracy. So we moved their display to the actual placement decision context. But without the potential yields, how will I know what to build? In addition to basic information like name, build time, and advisor recommendations, the production menu now presents a structure's base yields along with one or both of those if applicable. Warehouse improvements, the current number of improvements in this settlement that will benefit from a given warehouse effect. Interesting. Highest adjacency tile, the most adjacencies this building currently has available in the settlement. Something that we've kind of already seen, but I guess maybe they're going to add it. I'll look at it here in a second. We found these additions to be very useful at highlighting potential opportunities before diving into the building placement context. No more manually counting improvements to see which warehouses you should prioritize or avoid building. Plus, when you've got an opportunity to cash in on a large number of adjacencies, this number really helps call that out. Fair. One of the great things about working on Civilization is that the audience is so large and varied, but that also presents a challenge. Which information should we display? For example, is it better to count all the adjacencies since they're all a bonus you'll get, or only count the ones specific to the base building's bonus? What if that changes due to a wonder or leader attribute? We've erred on the side of a simple, clear calculation that we believe serves the widest audience, but we'd love to hear your thoughts on this or other changes we've made. We've also given our building improvement and wonder tooltips a much needed overhaul to improve clarity and readability. The previous formatting or lack of made it easy for important information to get lost, leading many players to skip over these details entirely. As a result, the strategic impact of certain choices wasn't always clear. To help players better understand the effects of their decisions, we've restructured the layout and presentation of these tooltips. Cleaner, consistent formatting, and organization should make the information easier to absorb at a glance. Check out the before and after comparison below to see the difference for yourself. So, okay. So this is before, this is what we were used to. Yeah, I mean, I always felt like this menu was very basic, very boring. Didn't love it. I missed the old ones, to be honest. But let's see about this new one. So, okay. So, I guess these are the new tile parts, right? So, the stone cutter, nothing there. Actually has the freaking building. That's nice, honestly. Production warehouse ageless. Glad that that's more obvious as well. What else here? So we got the base yield of +3. They just took that part off and just saying that's what it is. You still have the +1 production. Let's see here. Production on mines, right? Yep. And then on the following improvements in this settlement from its warehouse bonus, mines and quarries can be purchased in towns. Cost is 87. Warehouse improvements, I guess 2. So I guess that's showing, you know, where if you were to place it there, maybe. I'm slightly confused as to where they're trying to show this, but at least that's better. I still don't love this menu UI up here, but it just feels so basic, but that's fine. Like, this is still good. You know, I think it looks better. Like, even just the switching of the numbers and the icons there, I think looks a little bit better. They're making the ageless, you know, look more obvious, I would say, by giving it kind of that background and outline. I think this is fine. I don't know. I don't think it's bad. So I guess that's showing like this is what the base yield is, right? The 3, and then the 2 is the extra stuff that you're getting. From the bonuses from the mines and the quarries. So, okay, I mean, I could get behind that. I think it looks at least a little bit better. Or it looks a lot better, excuse me. Like that freaking box compared to this one there's a big difference. And the amount of information I think is good. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's like amazing, but it's fine. It's solid. Beyond the formatting improvements, yay, bulleted lists are here. You'll also notice some new contents tags. These offer a quick, high-level summary of what a constructible building wonder or unique improvement is, or key elements associated with it, helping you grasp its role and relevance at a glance, which is good. I mean, once you get used to the game, right, you don't even really think about it. Like, I played so much, like, I haven't even really cared about this little box for the most part. But again, I do like this. It's fine. Another opportunity we identified is the inconsistent visibility of yield losses, such as those caused by maintenance or overbuilding. We're fixing that in an effort to help players clearly see the full impact of their choices and understand the strategic trade-offs. We will now be showing yield losses in all of the context discussed in this article. That's good. We recognize this is a big change, but it's one the team is genuinely excited about. We believe it's a better experience, not just for the players now, but for the long-term health of the game. All this stuff is better for the long-term health of the game. They needed this. That they're at least working on. I still think there could be changes made, but this is still good. That said, if you give it a shot and you find it's not for you, no worries. We've kept the original presentation as an option. With one exception, this presentation will now also include the negative yields as mentioned above. So apparently they will just always have that. All right. For you min-maxers, here we go. Even more so than the menu. Building placement. I picked something to build. Now, where do I place it? All right, placing a building might seem simple on the surface, yet it's often anything but. Completely agree. You're weighing a number of factors, including the building's base yields, tile stats, adjacency specialists, overbuilding, district connections, civ or leader, and unique abilities, your long-term strategy, and so on. The long-term strategy one is, I think, the hardest part, to be honest. If you're the kind of player who loves optimizing every one of these choices, hi fellow builder type here, this could be incredibly satisfying. What's less satisfying? Doing all the math with minimal help from the UI. So we've made some improvements. I'm intrigued. Let's see what happens here. Here's what you'll see right away. New yield indicators, green and red up and down arrows. Okay, interesting. I'm not seeing that. Oh, that's the before. Okay. That more clearly show gains and losses at a glance. That's good. A revamped building slot icon replacing the old blue dot with something far more legible. That's great too, because the blue dot I thought was terrible. Green yield numbers on tiles with the highest net yields or highest primary yield to highlight some of the tiles for consideration. Note this isn't a recommendation or best move hint. It's simply data. What you do with it is up to you. I'm not taking the blame for your misplaced garden. That's fair. So here's before. Here's after. So, okay, nice. So you can see, if you place the bazaar, right, you're getting the +8 gold based on, whatever it's adjacent to. And this one, if you take out the farm, you're getting the minus, food, minus happiness as well. If you place it here, you're still getting the minus happiness, but you get the nice little plus. So much better. That is so much better than that stupid blue dot. I remember first playing and I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, why? It took me longer than I'd like to admit to realize that I was like, oh, wait, that's just because I can put something else there. This is so much easier with the plus. It really is. And then you have, like this is good. Again, it's not telling you. So this is so much better than the menu update, by the way. I just want to be honest. Like, the placement here, there's just too much unnecessary information. Just tell us what we're going to have, simply straightforward, right? 6 base gold here, 1 for the navigable river, coastal terrain and wonder. Yeah, like they were saying, the bullet points. That's what he was talking about. Mines and quarries instead. Yeah, that's just so much better. It's so much easier to understand. That's good. All right. Increase the number of resources that may be assigned to the settlement by 1. Yep, we knew that already. Okay. Cool. How much is going to cost? Like, it's just so much more simplified. I mean, look at all this information you just don't need when you're placing it. Like, oh, that feels much better, honestly. That like actually gives me a little bit of relief just seeing how much better that this looks, to be honest. Okay. That feels better. This again, it's fine. Sorry, I don't mean to keep going back to it, but if we're doing comparisons for before and afters, like this just looks so much more simple and it feels cleaner to have those plus symbols, because then you know you could put something there. I already knew, I got used to it, but it's just going to make it less thinking. I love that. All right. Once you start playing with these UI improvements, you'll notice the left panel dynamically updates when you hover over a valid tile, showing the summary of changes to settlement yields. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. Overbuilding effects and any changes to the tile type. New arrow visuals for adjacency clearly show what yield types you're gaining from. Oh my goodness. The cursor now reinforces your action, switching to the place me here arrow when hovering a valid tile. I love that. Okay. An optional expanded view in the left panel for players who, like me, want the full breakdown before and after stats, deltas, adjacencies, etc. neatly itemized. For now, the labeling for why you're getting an adjacency is limited, but we intend to have the detailed view get very thorough, informing you of the specific reasons why you're getting an adjacency, such as Machu Picchu or a given social policy. Okay, this looks so much better, dude. Just, yeah, it is simplified. Like, this is where we are getting to, you know, they were trying to inform all these new players. Now, us veterans, and probably a lot of the people who've been playing, we can see this now, and it just looks so much better, dude. This is good. I like this. Okay. And then detailed yields as well. Right. So before and then after. So if you add it, this is what's going to happen. Okay. That is just so much nicer. I don't know about you guys, but like for me, who's not a great min-maxer, okay, this is nice. This is just really nice, and it's going to save time, and it looks so much better. I still don't love the border. I still think the border and the backgrounds are kind of meh. To me, I miss the more ornate and intricate ones, but the rest of it, I'm starting to get behind. We still won't tell you exactly where to place your building. That decision and all the clever planning behind it remains yours. But with these UI elements, we hope it feels like less like guesswork and more like what it should be, a strategic, informed choice that plays to your strengths. I completely agree. That's good stuff. All right, growth events. What's better, improvements or specialists? Classic civilization answer, it depends. That's been true since the start. And like made decisions in Civ 7, the answer hinges on a lot. Tile yields, resources, adjacency potential, maintenance costs, specialist slots, border expansion, future plans, and more. So we've upgraded how that decision is presented to help you make more informed choices without needing to guess. Growth events now share the same visual language and structure as the building placement screen. That means more clarity, more consistency, and a smoother decision-making experience. So that's good. Yep, so this was the before. So what is the after now? Okay, so this one is already better. Again, it has the little arrows. It's telling you what's going to happen. This is good. So let's see how this looks over here compared to that, because this was always just like, okay, what's the point? Add an improvement to claim that you'll, okay, that's fine. As specialists give you +2, and have and half the adjacency bonus of the building in the district. So it's just going to tell you what's going to happen, essentially, right? And I think that that's just really, really, really nice. I love it, right? You can see exactly how much you are going to be getting by picking those tiles. You know, and as you're building out your city, like, this just makes a ton of sense. This gets me excited, like, very excited for next week. Let me see here. Simplified yields, detailed yields. So, okay, so then this is the simplified version, right? If you're going to add this improvement, this is what you're going to get. This is going to tell you exactly what you want. So nice. Okay. And then this is the detailed one. So you go from this to this. Cool. I will probably just have that open at all times. Guys, I know you're probably like, these are so basic. They should have had it in the game, blah, blah, blah. I completely agree with you, but they are learning and they are making good choices, at least for me personally. Maybe you'll feel that same way. I don't know, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Here's what you'll see when your settlement grows. The growth event panel on the left clearly lays out your two options, add improvement or add specialist. Except in the case where you haven't unlocked specialist, this comes online from that point forward. Yeah. Each option includes a clearer explanation of what it does and how it works. When you start comparing tiles, all the same tools from building placement are at your disposal. Settlement yield change previews updated in real time. Okay, clearer breakdowns of the adjacency bonuses, which is freaking awesome. Love that. A full before and after view so you know exactly what you're gaining or giving up with choice. We've also refined how specialists are presented. Urban tiles now display their current max capacity more clearly, making it easier to see when you're underutilized or already full. So there you go. You can start to see these all over. So good. And it even says, maximum 1 per tile. Pretty cool. Oh, that's the old one. Sorry. Duh. This is the new one. Why did it look kind of similar? I don't know. Brain didn't work there, but we're cool. We're getting it there. So, yeah, I mean, this is good. Really and truly, nothing to complain about there. Oh, okay. I guess that's really it. Just like with building placement, we're not here to make a call for you, but we are making sure you got the information you need to make the right ones for your strategy. And then cool but win. I'm happy to share these changes will be coming soon with update 1.2.5. So that's going to be next week. That is going to be on the 29th, which is a Monday. But we're still not done. There's more to do in this space and push these experiences even further. In addition to continued iteration here, the team is hard at work improving the presentation and usability of the settlement banners. I think that's needed. Overbuilding experience and a whole new commercial hub. Huh. That could be cool. We look forward to hearing how you are experiencing this new update, so please keep sharing your feedback. We're excited about these changes and hope you are too. Stay tuned for more UI, UX updates. Until then, stay civilized. All right. So, overall, this feels good. Like I said, I'm happy about these changes. They have simplified things, but made it more clear and obvious what is going on. Again, for somebody like myself, right? I'm not the most complex player. I'm not maxing and minning, like a lot of you are. You guys out there who are those types of people, you'll need to let me know how you guys feel about this update. But right now, for me, I think it feels pretty good. I mean, the game, I'm consistently reminded just how beautiful the game is. I actually really love this city. Like, this is such a nice spot for a city. I would definitely pick a spot like this. But, it simplifies it, and it makes it so that, like, you can kind of tell where things are. Like, I think part of the problem I've had with this game is that there's just been, like, almost too much going on. And I don't want to sacrifice the beauty of the maps for that. So what they're doing is they're just making it more obvious. They're making it more clear. They're taking the time to make things feel and look a little bit better. And that's what we've needed. That's all we've needed. I'm gonna give them some criticism where I will say this should not have taken 7 months since the game came out. Almost closer to 8. That part of it, I'm a little surprised that some of these things did take as long as they did. But I'm just glad that they're going to be in the game, because then, the brilliant people who are modding and everything can actually even make these maybe a little bit better. And maybe, the Civ 7 devs can kind of learn from that experience and see what they're doing. But it's just like, we shouldn't have had to go to mods in the first place to, I think, get better, like so much better UI and UX stuff. But this is significantly better. It feels like it's going to play better. It feels like it's going to make a lot more sense. And like I said, I'm excited to kind of get into this and be able to see things a little bit better and have it explained a little bit better to me. Again, I generally know what I'm doing, but it's just going to be nice that you don't have to take that extra time necessarily to do some of these things and do some of these calculations. It's just going to be right there, so simple, and then you can go. And I think even for newer players, this will be really good. They won't know the dark times that we have had leading up to this when they start playing, because they'll be like, oh, like this makes sense. This works in this way. And I'm very glad to hear about it. So, and it sounds like they're making more changes for the future for this stuff, but they're at least getting this stuff with it. This is a nice little surprise, if we're being honest, because, you know, a lot of people were like, you know, wait, you're just updating a point, you're just doing this and that. Like, there's more coming for this. And, you know, this update does feel like it'll be pretty solid. I'm not going to say significant, but I think solid so far. So, you know, they still haven't shown Napoleon yet, and kind of the full gambit of changes for both of his personas. Maybe we'll get those over the weekend. If we do, I will do my best to either cover it or I'll have Connor cover it. One of the two of us, we will do our best to. If at worst we are unable to over the weekend, we will take it all in and talk about it on Monday, when I'm assuming that's when the patch will drop. And then, for God's sakes, at some point this roadmap has to drop. We are 5 days away at this point from October, which is the first time we will have no idea of what's coming next. We won't be, oh, we're waiting for Right to Rule. Now we will be completely in the dark. We will have no idea yet. They need to shine that light, tell us where we're going next, so that we can all get excited about it, so we can talk about it, so I can talk with you guys about it. So, again, solid improvement, in my opinion. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it, but this is good. They are making changes as we have expected. They are very much trying to make this a much better game. In here before, you guys are like, but they still haven't made changes to age transitions. They are going to. They have already stated it. I think that will be a huge, major update. Maybe even update 1.3 that will be coming here, I think, in the near future. So just keep hanging tight. Keep playing the game, enjoying it. You know, find your way to enjoy it. And if not, then just be patient. I really do believe that good changes are coming. So, yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for us on this one. So, that, you know, from our house to yours, thanks for watching, and we hope you'll join us for one more turn.